Seeing, her last moments, that's what's flashing back in my head. Is her last moments, her face expression and everything. She was scared, she was confused.
The kindest heart, she's the kindest person that, like, that don't nobody understand. She didn't do nothing to nobody. She mind her business, work, do her baby, and go home. She didn't bother nobody.
A shooting in Mocksville this morning left one woman dead and a 78-year-old man charged with murder.
He pulled out the gun, shot once. That's when she started running. Now I'm hearing her scream, and my window is down, so I'm speeding off because I'm not sure if he's out to get everybody who's outside. So I'm looking through my rearview mirror, and she's still running. He's chasing her, and I hear pop, pop. He shot twice. That bullet never had a name for, her name on it.
It's not fair to keep being silent. Silence kills. And he's proven that today. Silence has taken her life, and we can't never get her back.
Okay, so, you know how sometimes you hear a story and you think it can't get worse? And then it does. This is one of those. Picture this. You report your abuser. You're brave, you're strong, you're gonna testify. And then his niece bails him out of jail. He moves back in with your mom, your own mother, who is, by the way, his girlfriend. And now you gotta live in the same apartment complex, avoiding family gatherings, looking over your shoulder every single day because you know what he's capable of. And on the morning of court, he shows up. But he doesn't knock on your door and make it personal like a man. No. He sees a woman walking back from dropping her son at the bus stop, assumes it's you, chases her down and shoots her. Wrong woman. Quintia Miller, 26, mother of a 6-year-old just trying to get back home after putting her baby on the school bus, dead in the parking lot because a 78-year-old predator can't see straight. And when they arrest him, he tells his intended victim, "I was coming for you," out loud. This is the story of how one family's dysfunction, one judge's bad call, and one coward's decision took an innocent woman's life. And we're gonna talk about all of it. Let me start with Quintia, because her story matters. Quintia Miller was a miracle baby. Her mama, Sabrina Perry, battled cancer and was told she'd never have children. But Quintia was born anyway. 26 years later, she had a 6-year-old son named Kamari and kept to herself.
She mind her business, work, do her baby, and go home. She didn't bother nobody.
Every morning, walk Kamari to the bus stop, see him off, walk back home. That was it. And on October 3rd, 2022, at the Rowan Point Apartments in Mocksville, North Carolina, she did exactly that. Walked her son to the bus stop, started walking back. She never made it inside. Now let me tell you about the man who killed her. Harold Reid Jr., 78 years old. At that age, most people are worried about their blood pressure meds. This man woke up that morning with murder on his mind. But he wasn't there for Quintia. He was there for Shavon Barnes, her mother's boyfriend who'd abused her when she was young.
Around 10 to 12 years old, Harold Reid was sexually molesting me as a child.
For over 15 years, Shavon lived with this. He slandered her name, ruined her life, and her own mother chose him. Even after Shavon pressed charges, her mother stayed with Reid. Here's what happened. Reid got arrested. Trial set for October 3rd, 2022. First-degree sexual offense charges, 4 separate felony counts, but his niece Bridget bailed him out. 2 days after his arrest, 2 days, she and his nephew put up the money. Where did he go? Right back to Shavon's mother's house. Started partying with the family like nothing happened. Shavon was living in the same complex, Rowan Point, for almost 3 years.
I knew at the point of his release from that day that my life was in jeopardy and that his goal would be to kill me. That would be his motive, and he made that very clear.
every single day on high alert. She knew. She told people Reid was dangerous, that he wanted her dead. But nobody did anything. And then October 3rd came. The day of his trial. The day Siobhan was supposed to testify. Reid woke up that morning and decided, nah, he was gonna make sure Siobhan never made it there. Here's the problem. Reid was 78 with bad eyesight. When he showed up at Rowan Point around 7:30 that morning, he saw a woman walking alone and thought, that's her. It wasn't.
Officers tell Fox 8 they believe Reid came to these apartments looking for the person involved in the sexual assault case against him in order to stop them from testifying today.
It was Quintia Miller. Wrong woman, wrong life. A miracle baby who wasn't supposed to exist became the target of a coward who couldn't even get his revenge right. Before I tell you what happened next, I need to mention something. This case, where an innocent person dies because the system failed to protect a domestic violence victim, it's not new. I covered another case about Natasha Walker, a bride shot and killed at a New Year's Eve party while helping someone escape abuse. Same pattern. Link at the end, because innocent bystanders are paying the price for a broken system. All right, let's talk about what happened that morning. October 3rd, 2022, Monday morning. Harold Reid's court date. Most people would be nervous. Reid had other plans. He knew Siobhan was testifying. If she can't testify, there's no case. So he decided, silence the witness. Around 7:30 that morning, Reid drove to Rowan Point Apartments. He knew the area, and he was looking for Siobhan Barnes. But Reid didn't knock on doors. Didn't confirm. He just saw a woman walking alone, and assumed. Quintia had just walked Kamari to the bus stop. She was heading back to her apartment. A 2-minute walk. That's when Harold Reid spotted her. Reid saw a black woman, about the right age, walking alone. In his mind, that was Siobhan. He didn't hesitate.
He pulled out the gun, shot once. That's when she started running. Now I'm hearing her scream.
A 78-year-old man chasing down a woman in broad daylight. Quintia ran. She was scared, confused, screaming.
She was scared, she was confused.
Reid fired. Pop. Pop. Quintia fell face down. Reid fell right on top of her body. Here's the unbelievable part. US Marshals were at the complex for a completely different fugitive search in another building.
I see the US Marshals on my left. They're ducked off. The cars are ducked off, but they shooting. Constantly shooting. They telling them, put the gun down. She's laying dead on the ground. He's on the ground with one bullet in his arm.
They heard the shots. Saw Reid. One marshal fired at Reid. Didn't hit him, but stopped him. They arrested him immediately. Quintia was already gone, 26 years old. A miracle baby killed because a predator couldn't be bothered to check if he had the right person. The person Reid actually came to kill. Siobhan Barnes was there. She saw everything.
Saw Quintia laying face down, and my mother's boyfriend, Harold Reid Jr, laying on top of her.
She watched her abuser murder an innocent woman he thought was her. And here's the part that'll make your blood boil. After the marshals arrested Reid, while he was lying on the ground in handcuffs, he looked directly at Siobhan and said,
Siobhan, I was coming for you.
Siobhan, I was coming for you. He admitted, out loud in front of law enforcement, that he came there to commit murder. He just got the wrong woman.
Because not only did he violate me, now he's taking an innocent life because he's a coward.
Siobhan was devastated. An innocent mother was dead because of her case. Because the system let Reid walk free. Because his family bailed him out after 2 days. That same day, Siobhan got on Facebook. Today, my mum's boyfriend, Harold Reid Jr, has taken the life of an innocent mother. The bullet was meant for me. She called out Reid. She called out his niece Bridget for bailing him out. She said Reid wasted Bridget's bail money. If she was lying, why would he try to kill her? Receipts. The next day, she posted again detailing everything. How Bridget told her she was seeking attention, then bailed Reid out 2 days later with his nephew's help. How Reid moved back in with her mum and parted with the family. She wrote, "Had I known he was here, I would have killed him myself with no regrets on sight." That's the level of fear she lived with, and nobody protected her or the community. The investigation was quick. Marshals saw it, witnesses saw it, Chavon saw it, Reid admitted it. Harold Reid Jr. was charged with first-degree murder. By that evening, more than 30 people gathered where Quintia died. Candles, flowers, prayers, gospel songs.
Our kids feel free to just come outside and play because they feel safe. But after today, you just don't know how safe they are anymore.
Neighbors talked about their kids playing with Kamari, how safe the complex felt before, how everything changed in an instant.
It's not fair to keep being silent. Silence kills. And he's proven that today. Silence has taken her life, and we can't never get her back.
Chavon was there too, still guilty even though she did nothing wrong. She said, "Silence kills." And he's proven that today. Silence has taken her life, and we can't never get her back. A GoFundMe was set up for Kamari. He'd lost his mother in the most senseless way. Reid was in jail finally. No bail this time. First-degree murder charges. But what happened after, the court case, the family statements, the sentencing, that's where you really see how broken the system is. 6 months later, April 2023, Harold Reid Jr. stood in Davie County Superior Court and did something that shocked absolutely nobody. He pled guilty. Guilty to first-degree murder. No contest to 4 sex offense charges. All rolled into one. Life in prison without the possibility of parole. No trial. No dramatic courtroom moments. Just guilty. Because what else could he say? The US Marshals saw him do it. Witnesses saw him. Chavon saw him. And he admitted it. But before sentencing, Quintia's family got to speak. And her mother, Sabrina Perry, the woman who was told she'd never have children, who had Quintia against all odds, she stood up and said what we were all thinking. She told the court that the system failed them, that Reid should have never been walking free, that her daughter, her miracle baby, died because someone made a bad judgment call about bail. And she's right. Quintia was a miracle, born when she shouldn't have existed, survived, raised a son, lived a quiet, peaceful life, and died because a 78-year-old predator couldn't tell 2 black women apart, and nobody thought to keep him locked up. Quintia Miller is growing up without his mother, 60 years old when he watched her walk him to the bus stop and never saw her come home. Chavon Barnes lives with survivor's guilt. An innocent woman died in her place because the system let a predator walk free after 2 days. Harold Reid is behind bars for life. But that doesn't bring Quintia back. This story sounds familiar because it is. A predator who should have been locked up. A system that failed, an innocent bystander dead. Remember Natasha Walker? The bride shot at a New Year's party helping someone escape abuse? Same pattern, different victim. Link at the end. The people in danger now aren't just abuse victims. It's their friends, their neighbors. Random women walking from the bus stop. Until the system stops giving predators second chances, this keeps happening. Quintia Miller deserved better. We're not letting people forget what happened to her.